Sakubah Gogi. I'm from Alberta, Canada. I go to school down here in Phoenix. I just wanted to give a little bit of history about what this movement is supporting. It's Theresa Spence, of course, and what she's doing for us. She's completely selfless, and we should all look to support that in everybody, in our families and in our friends. But what she's fighting for is Bill C-45, which is an omnibus bill, which includes more than, I heard, 40 different bills and amendments and legislation that wasn't consented by Indigenous people and tribes in Canada. And part of the treaty rights in Canada is to get consent on any law or anything that impacts the tribes. They skipped that, and that's what we're so pissed off about. But you gotta control yourself. You can't be really, really pissed off. You gotta channel your energy and do it in positive things. Come to the rallies, join peaceful rallies. Make organizations that create like a watchdog group. Because what we needed was a watchdog group to see what they were doing in government that affects us. And what it does exactly is it takes us out of existence. They're trying to amend us out of our treaty rights. And the Canadian government isn't even in a place to amend the treaties, because the treaties are between nation to nation, which is the Crown, British Parliament, and First Nation tribes. And the Canadian government is what they call a false government. They have no power to amend the treaty because they weren't a participant in the treaty. But what this bill does is it also amends the Indian Act. It assimilates us into general population. It separates us from our land, which destroys our culture. And it also guts environmental regulations. The environmental regulations went on the beginning of December 4th. It went from 2.5 million protected lakes, rivers, and streams, oceans, and now it only protects 82 in the entire country of Canada. 82 protected lakes and rivers. That's nuts, especially when you think about tourism. Canadian tourism, American tourism is the same, but Canadian tourism contributes more money to the gross domestic product than agriculture, fisheries, and forestry combined. People want to see the land. People want to see it in good condition. People don't want to be worried about eating poisons by the environment. The tribes are the same way. A healthy environment will also mean that our culture, our ceremonies are healthy. Our water won't poison us. Our herbs, our sage is good to smoke, like smudge with. So that's how this bill affects everybody. There are lots and lots of tribes that span the U.S. and Canadian border. And like myself, part of my tribe is in Montana, the other part of my tribe is in Canada, and they're trying to do away with the rights of 2/3 of my tribe. The Confederacy. That's really wrong, especially when they don't have the power to do it in the first place. But we've been brainstorming. We just got to keep getting together. We got to keep being positive. We got to keep supporting each other. And I think this can turn into a movement where the First Nations, not only the First Nations get their rights and what they're supposed to, what they're entitled to, their inherent rights to the land, but it can also turn into a movement where the Native tribes take over our inherent rights to protect the land and to protect the water, because it's what makes us as a people. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank the drummers. Please hold somebody's hand and dance and smile. Have fun today. Thank you, guys.